Who was the person other than Mr. Powers?
The security lady? I don't know.
Well, the grade school boy can't pick up the spear because it's heavy as frick.
Fine. There was a security lady. Wasn't the old bag?
Who? I forget.
Watermelon with vodka. Carrots. I forget what the other thing was.
Yeah, I forget too.
So, welcome on into the video. It's B-tean Street, and we have Mr. Yawn with us today.
Yes, Mr. Yawn, Mr. Watermelon Hater. Fight me. Where did we leave off?
Neck.
October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number. Frick you. Ravel.
Oh, it's this dude again.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. Prosecution will show the court that at 2:30 p.m. on October 15th, the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well. I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well. I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand.
This is gonna be fun.
Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir. I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout of the studios, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through of their action scenes during the morning here. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 p.m. that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? Past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And a young woman, the production assistant. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to the Studio 1. Right after that, at 1 p.m., the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 p.m. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was canceled. Jack Hammer done got fricked up. Time of death was 2:30 p.m.
You mean he got hammered?
Yeah, he got hammered. Samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again?
Should I listen to the full thing again? Should I?
Skip it.
I think you can probably remember that.
The murder weapon was a spear. How medieval.
Or you can just get rid of the meta and say evil.
Yeah, how evil. Samurai spear added to the court record. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, who ate my Reese's Puffs? No. What did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand.
Let's ask her what happened to photo number 1.
Photo. Will the witness declare her name?
My, aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered.
Your name, please.
Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma.
Your name, please.
Seems Edgeworth has a bit of trouble getting his witness to say their names.
The old bag, dearie. Just call me Grandma. That's really my name. Even when I was young, I was an old bag, but not really by that name. Still, all the other children made fun of me because of my name. Can you believe it? There's this boy they had in the chess club in junior high. He called me an old bag when I just cried and cried. You see, I had a crush on him.
Objection! I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand.
Was just getting to the good part, dearie.
Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct?
Yes, see, I was.
And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you.
You know your stuff, dearie. Know your stuff.
You may begin your testimony.
You sure is one hell of an old bag.
That's my name, dearie. Don't wear it out. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Poor old Hammer and the rest have been doing a run through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 p.m., right?
Recording.
Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m. It was Powers! That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
You saw the defendant then. Very well, let's begin the cross-examination. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. We shall. Because I feel
This
like
is
this old
easy
bag did the
testimony.
murder. Yeah, we both hammer that. Yeah.
Wrist.
What
answer,
errors
Red.
did you have?
Oh, well, you know.
Answer the question.
Actually, I was watching poor Hammer and Powers. Yeah, observing, you know?
Observing, weren't you supposed to be at the guard station?
Whippersnapper! I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job.
I'm not sure your boss would see it that way.
Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs, always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too.
Don't get horny now. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty.
Not a bad idea. And I was at the main gate from then until 5 o'clock.
Impressed. You're watching the whole time, no breaks, not even a second?
Of course, I am a professional, you know. Are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper?
No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday.
Watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time.
But can you?
Nipperwapper!
Snipper wapper.
Deborah Weber, old windbag is losing it, Nick.
Why don't you raise an objection?
So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time? Very well. What did you see? What happened at 2:30 p.m.? Just a certain man walked right by me at 2 p.m.
It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio.
So you saw Mr. Powers.
That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, Sonny. Nick, this is your chance. This is your
Your
chance.
time to pull out the secret weapon.
I'll say it again. It was him.
So, that means I can present now, right?
Yes. You were able to do that at the whole time.
Oh.
It's okay. You're learning.
Let me get this straight, old bag. Or missed old bag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? You're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you?
Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. What is this? What is this exactly?
None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of Neo Old Tokyo. Miss Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw?
Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, Sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right?
No, they can't.
And Jordan is against her now, too.
Well, I mean, I wonder.
Sure, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Oh, I love that face.
I know that. I wasn't born yesterday.
Of course not.
No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness.
He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently.
However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you?
Nosy old man. Of course I have proof.
What?
Huh?
Even Edward is surprised?
The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time.
What's I to know? Everyone would be so nosy. You should all be ashamed.
You're in
all of you.
court. You're trying to get someone arrested.
Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Ugh.
Wow, old windbag has left even Edward speechless. She's good.
Let's hear about your proof then.
The man in the photo.
I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning during the run through the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. What a klutz! Broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You see, he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy?
So, someone rolled their ankle, and it automatically has to be the person in that photo. There can't be
Yes.
someone else who rolled their ankle.
No.
Or even someone who has a limp.
So he had sprained his ankle. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
She's gotta be hiding something. I'll press until she's... Okay.
Hint, hint.
Yes, I know. Patchy, I know what pressing is.
Whippersnapper!
Hey, I haven't even said anything yet.
No, I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always whine about each other, pointing fingers this way and that stuff to make an old lady want to cry.
Mr. Wright! Please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness.
I think Edward has the next match.
Damn it.
That, I mean, during the run through the action scene.
Who was present at the run through?
Your mama. Well, let's see. There was Powers. He's the Steel Samurai. Then poor old Hammer, the evil magistrate. And me.
And what exactly were you doing?
Observing, just observing.
Was she just like in the corner with her, like, doing that stuff?
Yes, feeling herself.
What about the assistant?
Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such.
So she didn't see the run through then.
I saw Powers trip and fall.
Trip and fall.
Yes, and to think he's supposed to be the Steel Samurai. What a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course.
You helped make it better?
I landed right on top of it. I kissed it where it hurt.
Let's just skip over that part, shall we?
Where was the assistant then?
Oh, her! She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. Powers is...
Hmm.
You may continue your testimony.
He looks so fed up. Like he doesn't want to be here.
broke one of the props. It was a big miss.
He broke
I
a
forgot.
prop.
I don't say the second testimony. It's fine.
He did his own samurai spear.
The samurai spear is the murder weapon.
Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it.
It strikes me as a significant detail. I'm gonna write this down in the court record. Mended with duct.
Samurai spear updated in the court record.
Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad.
Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained?
That's what I just fucking said. Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch.
The map.
Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked.
Dragging his foot. Okay.
I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there is one thing that bothers me. Which is... where is this steel samurai costume now? Actually, well... we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important.
The person you saw was the costume. And the costume is missing, so whoever has that costume is obviously the murderer. And if you can't find it, well, this man walked there just like without his costume on. Like, it would have to be in his dressing room if it wasn't there. Like, that is important.
The witness did see the steel samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the steel samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers.
Is it?
Hmm,
Not
I
really.
suppose that's right.
Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there. We keep talking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the steel samurai. Nowhere in the photo can we see Mr. Will Powers.
So many whoos on my side.
Good.
The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please?
No need to ask twice.
And this is account continued.
Okay.
The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., true? The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. They had, I would have seen them. Grabbed them by their nether regions.
Oh. And pulled them into her office?
No, they would have castrated them. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the steel samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Okay.
Time was
I-
2:30.
I'm not gonna present anything just yet. 'Cause, like, yeah, photo number 2. Yeah.
Looky there, photo number 2. Are you sure about that?
Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all.
Somebody suspicious looking. Right.
No one else went there.
What was before you got to the guard station?
You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in.
Yeah, nobody could just like bring a ladder, climb up the ladder, and jump over the wall, and do it that way. No one
Exactly.
could possibly do that.
Exactly, no one can. It's unfathomable.
Not to mention, I would have seen them.
Are you sure?
Are you sure about that? The witnesses answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness.
That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, edgy boy.
Edgy boy.
Old Windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean.
Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all, or for the matter, entirely forgetting them.
Convenient.
Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. Do I have to present
You-
something?
Yep.
Okay. This one, right?
I don't know, maybe. Possibly.
Okay, good, it is. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time.
Look at this graph.
Look at
Photograph.
this photograph. This photo was taken by the camera at the gate for the studios, correct?
Sonny,
So whenever someone passes by there, it automatically takes a picture.
you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground.
That... What? I'm pretty sure that's her. Right, anyway. It's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data.
Oh, if you wanted to work in the studio, we might have an opening.
That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the package photo are printed words. You're not gonna...
15:02 p.m. Photo number 2.
Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th. Really, Sonny?
Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2.
Number 2.
The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo?
Rebel. Order. Please show the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright.
Actually, that's what I wanted to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not one, but 2 people went into the studio that day. Yet there's only data for one of the photos. Who could have erased the data from the other photo? Will be someone with access. The security lady herself.
Watch your mouth, whippersnapper! Only person I saw that day was Will Powers.
Well, the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by.
Yes, that's what it would seem to mean.
Can the witness explain this to the court?
I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help!
Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what that means either. This means either.
Somehow you're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper?
So something the matter, Miss Oldbag?
Ah, that's right. I just remembered something.
Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate. Someone other than the Steel Samurai.
Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way.
It was the assistant.
Rabble, 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 rabble. I see. Your testimony, please.
We only got 4 more testimonies to go.
Every day after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go to the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day.
Miss Oldbag, this is the first I've heard of this.
Well, of course, Sonny, I've only just remembered it.
Right. Anyway, Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination.
Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this.
Yeah, we're 3 cases in now, and I expect there to be like 10 testimonies per person.
Might be right.
Every day I have one other more job to do.
Another job.
That's right. I check all the people that pass by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes.
Do you back up all of the security camera data?
Well, they keep telling me to, yes. But those computers are just so frustrating.
She should honestly be fired.
Throw out any photos.
How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking?
Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces for the most part.
For the most part? This is a murder trial, Miss Oldbag.
Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I?
No, but you touched the other one, damn it! I think she's missing the point. Okay, so
Think of it, now I remember throwing out...
What's up?
her mind, I'm pretty like, or she's like in like America, let's say. Her points, like the point that's trying to be made here, is like Australia. She's accidentally hitting Canada. That's how far she's missing the point.
Listen. She's doing her best.
Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased?
Way to keep it G, Pheonix.
A fanboy?
Frick boy.
Frick, boy.
Steel Samurai frick boys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsals from gosh knows where. Gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day.
Wait a second, didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words.
Well, if you must know, there's a drain that goes into the employee area.
They had a ladder.
The grate has been loose for a while. Leads outside, and well, that's where they come in.
They come in through the drain?
Told you they were freaks. Oh, and
And?
they're kids, children, whippersnappers.
Kids? So on the photo that you erased,
This is a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade.
Rabble, 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 rabble. Order! Order! Let me get this straight. You saw two people pass by the gate on their way to the studios that day. One was the Steel Samurai, dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade.
Oh yes, well we see his type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him.
Maybe if you tighten up the drain, they wouldn't get in.
Can't tighten him.
Boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield the samurai spear? Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy.
Right, as I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on?
I don't know, your hair is kind of behind your eyes at the moment. So, I kind of want to know the same thing.
I mean, the boy was there, that makes him a suspect, not my hair.
Yeah, they're already trying to unsuspect him.
Or we'll take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information. And no forgetting vital information this time.
I feel bad for this judge.
Well, spoilers, he's in every case.
Oh, really? Dang. Oh, wait, I think
So
I know
he
another
sees
spoiler.
everything.
I think I know another spoiler. I think Pheonix Wright is in every case.
You weren't supposed to know that, but okay.
Dang it.
October 18th, something.
Mr. Bowers,
Yes?
tell me straight. Were you really in the dressing room? You didn't go to the studio?
I didn't go to the studio. I was sleeping, honest.
Maybe he was sleepwalking, that's why he was dragging his foot.
Yes, he was sleep murdering B-tean. So who was the Steel Samurai in that security photo? How should I know? Steel Samurai costume was off in the corner of the dressing room. Anyone could have walked in and taken it, really. What? You should take better care of that stuff. I couldn't imagine anyone would want to steal a Steel Samurai costume. So, where does this leave me?
It doesn't look good.
It won't get my sniff. Sniff! There we go.
You're the only likely suspect right now.
What you gonna do?
First, we play for more time. We'll start targeting someone else that could conceivably have done this.
Right. It'll take them so long to shoot us down that we can get another day.
Right, but if we pick the wrong person, we might lose on the spot.
You don't sound very optimistic.
I'm not optimistic at all, actually.
Hey Nick, it's time.
Okay, let's go.
What does that mean? Please don't say it like that. Sniff.
Is
Rabble,
your
rabble,
old leg
rabble.
gone yet?
It's a mix of everything, honestly. Like, I don't think I'm working tomorrow because of whatever the hell my body's doing right now.
That's fair.
Yeah, Court will now reconvene for the trial of Mr. Willpowers. Mr. Edgeworth, will you present the prosecution's thoughts on this matter? The prosecution's thoughts are simple. Nothing has changed. The other person who went to the studios was a boy of roughly 10 years of age. The photo we do have may not be hard evidence. There's still no one else that could have committed this crime. I call for a verdict of guilty for the defendant, Mr. Willpowers.
I counter call for a verdict of guilty for the prosecution of Mr. Edgeworth.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your thoughts? Why am I giving you English accent? Damn it.
The defense disagrees with the prosecution's claim. There is another person who could have committed this crime.
Rabble. Order. Interesting. Let us hear who you have in mind. However, be aware that this court does not look kindly on accusing the innocent. If you accuse someone who is obviously innocent, you will be penalized.
Great. As if the stakes weren't high enough.
Who was this person other than Mr. Powers that could have committed murder?
It was
Wrong.
The Steel Samurai costume was in his dressing room. He stole it, and in doing so, she became the Steel Samurai.
And the Steel Samurai in the picture is really the assistant.
That's correct, Your Honor.
If you're serious, you've got guts, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright, rip the English accent. Remember the photo? Wasn't the Steel Samurai a little lame? He was dragging his foot.
Uh-oh, bad feeling time.
Remember the testimony concerning Powers' injury?
Where's and poor hammer were out to run through? Oh, and me.
What was you said?
Oh, her? She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. Powers is this.
The assistant knew nothing of Mr. Powers' injury. She could look the Steel Samurai look with that costume. But she couldn't walk the Steel Samurai walk. She wouldn't have limped.
That kind of takes the legs out from under that case.
Mr. Wright, I'm afraid I have to penalize you as I warned.
Nobody knows the trouble I've seen.
Maybe we move on, Mr. Wright.
This fight isn't over yet. One more chance.
Who was the person other than Mr. Powers?
The security lady? I don't know.
Well, the grade school boy can't pick up the spear because it's heavy as frick.
Fine. It was a security lady, wasn't the old bag.
Who?
The Steel Samurai is dragging his leg in this photo. That means whoever was in the suit knew about the morning injury. Maybe because they had been watching the accident scene run through. There's only one person other than Powers and Hammer who knew about the injury. The security lady old bag.
Whippers.
Rabble. Order. It's true, old bag.
Old bag? That's Miss Old Bag to you.
Miss Oldbag was standing guard alone at the main gate. She was by herself. In other words, she has no alibi. She could have briefly left her post to steal the Steel Samurai costume, then slipped into Studio 1, the scene of the murder.
Would she go through the trouble of wearing the Steel Samurai costume?
Simple, Your Honor. She knew the camera that he would take her picture. If she was in his costume, she could point the finger at Mr. Powers.
I see. Excellent deductive reasoning, Mr. Wright.
Oh yeah, right here. Sherlock Holmes 2, baby. That's odd. Isn't the part where Edgeworth pounces? Doesn't he usually jump up with an objection to some new damning evidence?
Well, Mr. Edgeworth, does the prosecution have an opinion on this matter? The prosecution has no meaningful objections at this time.
What? What's that supposed to mean?
He wants you in jail.
Oh, so you all think I did it? Is that it? Itchy boy, don't just sit there. Do something.
What's my move? Maybe now's my chance to take this whole thing away. Press further. The very same reasoning that makes Mr. Powers the suspect in this case can be used to cast doubt on Miss Oldbag's actions on that day.
I do something so horrible to poor Hammer.
You forgot that Mr. Powers lacks a clear motive too.
Indeed.
I did it. Now Windbag is one of the suspects. No hard feelings, I hope.
Just a minute. What about the other person who was in the studio? The boy, the one whose photo I erased.
It's only a grade schooler, though, as you said. Second or third grade, was it?
That doesn't matter. When I was that age, I could pin my old man in 10 seconds, tops.
Kinky. Okay.
What?
Your thoughts, Mr. Wright?
My thoughts are that Patchy is going a little too far today.
Patchy's tired.
That boy is not the killer.
What? How can you be so sure? Or is it be nice to the kids and mean to your elders day, whippersnapper?
I have proof.
Proof?
Indeed. Then let's see this proof, Mr. Wright. You have proof that shows the boy could not have committed this murder? I mean, it's like I said
Oh
earlier.
wait, this, right?
No.
Oh, this?
Yeah, because it's heavy as frick.
Your Honor. The murder one was the samurai spear. That very spear is shown here in this photo. How could the boy have taken the spear? It's impossible.
See. Well, would the witness care to comment on this? Murph.
Bag. Speechless. This has got to be a first.
Very well. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Mr. Edgeworth, please find out more about your witness, Miss Wendy. What was her name?
Windbag.
Something old bag, Your Honor.
Oh, old bag, not windbag.
Then the prosecution will look further into this old bag before we continue. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Yay! Oh.
Wait a second! I'm not going to just sit here while you run up barking up the wrong tree. Me? I'm talking.
Oh no.
Oh, great. Stop the presses. The windbag wants to talk.
Miss Oldbag, what is this all about? Have you omitted something from your testimony?
Actually, if you must know, there's something I was told not to talk about.
Not to talk about.
By whom?
No, you mean it wasn't Edward who told her not to talk.
Well, testify.
My lips were sealed. By a kiss.
Studios wanted me to keep quiet about something. There were some other people at the studios on the day of the murder. They said they had nothing to do with it. See? So they told me to just pretend they hadn't been at the studios that day. But if you're going to go accusing me, I'm not letting them get away scot-free.
Miss Oldbag! This is crucial information. Why did you keep this from the court until now?
Ain't you been listening? They told me to shut my trap, and I always do what I'm told.
Not true. You were asked for your name, and it took you like 5 minutes to say it. No, this isn't a bad thing, Your Honor. Witness the power of the old bag.
Right, your cross-examination.
Let's start pressing. We were told not to talk.
Right by the studio and the TV bigwigs, no less.
Why didn't I hear about this?
Don't be too hard on yourself, Sonny. We were all in on it. There are some other people.
Who were these other people?
Well, the director and the producer, for starters.
The director.
We should have known something was fishy.
I can't be in it wasn't teaming up on her.
How could they have done a run-through of their action scene without a director? Of course!
Yes, well, I was surprised no one asked about it.
Where were these people?
The director was in the employee area all morning for the run-through. He joined the producer around lunchtime and they had a meeting after that.
Where? Oh wait, that's you.
Where?
Oh, in the Studio 2 trailer?
Studio 2. There was a Studio 2?
Well, if you look at the guide map,
Here.
here it is.
Hmm.
You go through the gate and all the way to the left.
That's where the monkey's head was falling over.
Well, Mr. Wright, would you like to continue the cross-examination?
I think I've already asked all my questions, but...
You can take a break. Oh, okay, you can do that too.
Is there anything more I can get?
Nah. Just you can press it. Press it, and then it should bring it up again. Nick, I guess pressing it was the right thing to do. For an old warrior, actually sure likes keeping secrets. Get as much information as we can. Yeah, just press a statement and it should give you the same, whatever's.
I know that, silly. Still, they were pretty convincing about having nothing to do with it. And they gave me a little bonus on the side.
So you got your bonus and you still talk. I think that's all the questions I have to ask. Your Honor, we have learned there were others at the Level Studios on the day in question. The director and the producer, and some bigwigs were all present. Yet, as we stand here, they have not been questioned. I hold that it is impossible to declare a verdict on the defendant, Mr. Powers.
The court acknowledges the defense's point. The prosecution will gather more information about the witness, Miss Oldbag. And more information about these other people we have just been told of. I understand, Your Honor. Since the day's proceedings in the trial of Mr. Will Powers. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Why do I have so much joy whenever I see him struggling?
You're a hoe. October 18th, 1:04 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 5. Not to be mistaken for number jive.
Number jive?
Listen. Thank you so much, Mr. Wright. I was right to ask you to defend me. Oh, really? It's nothing. Grin. Oh, or should I? If
We'll be going down to the studios to do some more investigating. Maybe find out more about this director and producer. They'll be turning up in the next trial as witnesses for certain. Now is my chance to get material for cross-examination.
So, Nick, have you figured out just who it was in that steel samurai costume? Could it really have been old Windbag?
What do you think, Mr. Powers?
I don't think it was her, really. Neither do I, Nick.
Yeah, I know. Look, I was just buying time back there. Don't have to be the bad guy for a bit to take the pressure off Mr. Powers.
Poor old Windbag. I feel kind of sorry for her.
I don't. Well, she wasn't winning any points in there, with or without my accusation. Okay, let's get down to the studio.
Right. We'll be back to visit you soon. Thanks. Thanks, guys. Sniff.
You're welcome, Wolverine. And then to be continued. As per usual.
And how long was this episode?
About 50 minutes.
Nice. We love these 50-minute episodes.
Yeah.
Of course, all of you watching know it was 50 minutes. I don't know. I just do it. I just record. B-tean's just kind of on the side. No, just kidding.
No, I record your kind of on the side.
Go
well.
spread some love into the world.
Yes. And
Peeps.
have a nice day. Peace out from B-tean Screen. See you next time. Sub to me, sub to Patchy. Links in the description. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.